Hello, my name is Jani. Welcome to my channel. This is a cross stitch channel where we talk about cross stitch. If you're new here, welcome. So glad you're visiting. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you and welcome too. I'm a Mexican stitcher. I love to stitch and I love to make these Flosstube videos to share my joy for stitching and to meet new stitchers around the world. So I hope you have a good time here. This week finally I can show you a fully finished object, FFO. This is by Plum Street Samplers by Paulette Stewart. This is Blackberry House. The name it's always a struggle for me, and I finished. I stitched this piece in Aida 18 count that I dye with paper, with crepe paper. I have a little tutorial how I dyed this piece and another pieces of fabric, but I really love how this fabric turned out, so I really need to use it in a project, and I decided to stitch this traditional sampler with a totally different vibe in colors and make it, you know, my own, with different flosses, and you know, the fabric of course really different. And yeah, I love the final result. It was a joy to stitch. I really like the designs by Plum Street, you know, Paulette, and they are so pretty. And I love this big red bird. so fun. And I changed the letters in the bottom, you know, to make it lighter, and to give, you know, all these horn and leaves and the big bird, you know, more of a focus of the piece. I love it. I love this little thingy over the house. I stitched it with tent stitch, you know, mini tent stitch, and it was a struggle, I must confess, but I love the final result. And yeah, I feel so happy because it's finished. I personalized this letter G in honor of my nephew, he's pretty sick right now, so it was a little token of love for him. But yeah, he's getting better. Yeah. So yeah, this is Blackberry House by Plum Street Samplers. The struggle is real, but yeah. And you know, it's the frame was really cheap. It was in this discount. It was 50% off, so yeah, it was like $8, so not expensive at all. And I don't like to use crystal or glass with my framing. I really like to look at them, you know, naturally. So yeah, another piece for my sampler wall. Yeah. And after I finished, I was you know, thinking what to do, because I don't know, I felt a little numb from stitching, and because this year I am trying to start anything new. So I have a lot of beautiful whips. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can choose from a lot of different projects, but yeah, I wasn't feeling it. And besides, my birthday was last week, so I usually invite all my stitchy friends to join me in my celebration starting a new project. So because Jani let me do it, hashtag Jani me dio permiso, you can start anything you want. So everybody was sending me message telling me that I can start anything that I want because, you know, it was my birthday. So yeah, I have that free pass to start a new thing, you know, in the year because of my birthday. So I will keep my free pass. I have a sampler by Hands Across the Sea. Is Harriet Harlan, and I love it. I love it. And I already have, you know, all the flosses, and I dye the fabric, and the fabric is lovely. And I modified the design in order to no stitch the phrases, you know, the original phrases. I will substitute that part with letters, you know, with the alphabet. So yeah, I'm really happy. Excuse me. I just record my video in Spanish, so I was talking and talking and talking. But it's something that I really enjoy, you know, in all of this stitchy process. Sometimes we are not lucky enough of having a friend, you know, friends around us to stitch with, you know, and to talk about our stitching, and people who understand our excitement when we finish something, and when we are deciding to make a new project or make a conversion. And I mean, I talk with my family about it, and they are all very lovely, and you know, but sometimes you need that understand from the other stitchers. So yeah, that's why I really love to make this video, because it's like talking to friends who understand me. So yeah, I was, you know, making my Spanish video and really talking and talking, and right now talking with you, with my English friends, stitchy friends. So yeah, all right. And I was after I finished this project, I have many whips. I have, you know, more than 60 whips or 70 whips. I don't know. I don't really care. I enjoy every one of them. But even though I have a lot of whips, I'm more a monogamous stitcher. I mean, I can, you know, for example, this weekend I'm going to try to stitch in one project, but I need to stitch in one project, you know. I can be, you know, I'm going to stitch 2 hours in one, and then I will change for another one, or perhaps today I will stitch in one and tomorrow in other, and then I return to the first one. It's difficult for me. I mean, I need to be stitching in that only project, and perhaps I finish that, or perhaps I get tired and then I put it away, and then I took another one. So I'm more monogamous in that aspect. I don't know. It's funny because like I need to be in the right set of mind to be stitching in a project, and it's a process to adapt to another project. So instead of I don't know, wasting time in the process of adjusting to another project, I prefer to keep stitching in the same project. For example, I was stitching in this one. This is the Aida 18 with one thread. The flosses are CXE, and you get used to the process of stitching in Aida 18 with one thread of CXE. And then when I changed to another project, for example, I took this one. This is by Papillon Creation. It's Floralie. It's this lovely sampler that I'm doing in red. I'm using DMC 115, one of my favorite reds, and I'm stitching in this fabric that it's about 36, 34 that I coffee dyed, and I'm using two threads of DMC. So it's a change, you know, in the rhythm from this one to this one. So I start this morning, and you feel weird. Well, at least in my case, I need that few minutes of getting used to this. And I even changed the needle because I was struggling, and mostly for the two threads, because with one floss it's really easy. And also because I was doing this in solid colors, I use the Danish method. So I just stitch half of the stitch, and then I return and finish my stitch. And with this, because it has some variation, I use the English method. So I'm stitching each cross, and then I move to the other cross. So it's different, and I need to adapt my thinking once I'm stitching this. And if I change to another project, I need to do that again. I'm connected that way. So for example, if I want to stitch today 2 or 3 different projects, I will have to be adapting. And for me it's like a waste of time, those minutes or that half an hour. I prefer be stitching in the same project, because now I understand the project and I'm feeling the rhythm, and I stitch more freely. So yeah, I stitch in hand. I take my fabric on my left hand, and then I use the sewing method, and I'm go. I'm ready to go. So yeah, it's I don't know if you have that process too, or you can jump from project to project and it's the same. Perhaps you use the same type of fabric and the same type of flosses, so it's not big deal. But because I have different type of materials, I need to adjust according to each project. And it's fun because I love to have different type of materials. It's something that I enjoy. Playing with different fabrics, playing with different flosses, dyeing my fabric. And you can be stitching in the same type of fabric, perhaps, I don't know, a linen 32, and one linen it's natural, and the other linen I could dye the linen and bake the linen and it gets smaller. So both are linen 32, but one is bigger or loose than the other one, which have all this process of dyeing and baking. And so even though they are the same fabric at the beginning, the feeling of the fabric is going to be different. So yeah. And talking about dyeing fabric, I received a piece of Lugana, and I decided to dye this fabric. And because I really like the paper method, I dye this fabric with paper. This is the fabric. I really want this a purple fabric for a future mirabilia. I'm stitching a garden prelude in a very similar purple fabric, which is not Lugana, it's a linen, so again it's different. And yeah, I love the result. My idea was to make, you know, a purple fabric, but I added some pink paper and a little green paper, some blue, and yeah, even though I'm looking for a certain color in my fabric, I always try, even though I want a brown fabric or a purple fabric or a green fabric, I always add a little spots of color, of different colors, in order to break the monotony of the fabric. I mean, if you want a fabric completely blue or completely green, you just add green. And also I found that with this method, the paper method, I finish with the fabric having two sides, you know, the front side or the back side, and the one in the back is different because the paper gives different colors to the front of the fabric, you know, the fabric that was in contact with the paper, and the back of the fabric. So I really enjoyed the finish in both sides. So you can choose, you know, one side or the other. This, for example, is the side that was in contact with the paper, so you can see these spots, these marks, and the part that was not in contact with the paper, it's different. Okay. My kids are helping me to take the trash away, out, so yeah, let's wait. So yeah, it's not like you have a right side and a wrong side, they are just different. So yeah, I really like it, this purple fabric. So if you have any mirror that you think it can go well in this fabric, other than Garden Prelude, because I'm stitching already that, let me know. And I don't know if I show you properly my Papillon creation. I got distracted. But yeah, this is my I stitch this line here, and hopefully I will keep stitching this weekend, so I can move in these letters here. So yeah, I really like to stitch letters. They are not hard for me, but yeah, it's a really lovely project. Yeah, so yeah, I wasn't feeling, you know, really enthusiastic with a particular project, but this project, it's always like a relaxed one, so I can get motivated in order to keep stitching in this one or to move to another one. We'll see. I also received besides the fabric, this lovely book. It's called Antique Style Sampler by Jane Greenough, and it's lovely. It's lovely because it includes 30 cross-stitch design, and it has a lot of different types of samplers, and you can take, you know, a motif to stitch something small or parts of a sampler, and you can finish, you know, in different ways, not exclusively as a full sampler. And it has these lovely red samplers, you know, talking about my red sampler. So I'm in love with all these lovely samplers. They are so pretty. Look at this one. They are very similar to Blackbird design red samplers, And yeah, I really love this book. It was a gift, and it was a perfect gift. And talking about perfect gift, how about the new releases for the Needlework Expo? Yeah, are we ready? Yes, we are. I'm really excited by a lot of these designs. Many of the designs, I didn't know the designers, but thanks to the page of Needlework Expo, I am finding new designers, and yeah, they are lovely. I love, for example, this one, Mani di Donna, this little box. Oh, adorable, adorable. I love it. And also the designs by Nikki's Creations, so pretty. And the designs by Liz Matthews, my God, so pretty. The big one with all the letters, and lovely, lovely. But from her, my favorite, it's the this bird in the monochromatic design. I love it, I love it. And this is the one that I'm going to get from Liz Matthews. And perhaps I only stitch the part of the bird, or I change the letters to a phrase in Spanish. I don't know. I love that design. It's so pretty. And my favorite from this year are the designs by Kathy Barrick. Oh my God, they are so pretty. I'm such a Kathy Barrick fan. And she released 4 designs, but my favorite is Pieces of Old. And I love it. And I love it because it's Kathy all over the design. The pastel houses at the bottom, and the beautiful butterflies, and the top lady with the classic Kathy Barrick shape, the hourglass figure. I love it. This is also one of the designs that I'm going to get this year. And I will wait until they are available in the PDF version, because yeah, because PDF all the way. I love that designers are releasing many of these designs in a digital version, because it means the world to us. Stitchers from Mexico and South America, that we don't have the access to in many cases, to get those paper charts. So it's easier, it's faster, it's cheaper, and it's wonderful. So yeah, for digital files and PDF version. So yeah, well, that was my report for this week. Thank you for be here with me. I'm so glad to again count with this beautiful community and being able to talk about cross stitch, and we get each other. So happy stitching, have a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.